That's David's cigar box.
I told you this would be worth coming out for, didn't I?
Yeah. Yeah, it sure is.
You see, except for the hinges, which are a little shaky, this whole thing is in one piece.
This means that David was not murdered, doesn't it, huh?
Oh, yes, sir, yes. This changes everything. There's no question about it, yeah. Must have been the gas tank after all.
Oh, that's comforting news. I mean, for her. Even so, I'm afraid she's not going to be very happy to see me up there.
Why, do you think that she blamed you for her husband's death?
Well, I certainly do. I mean, after all, I was the one that was fighting David on this cell business. Everybody knew that. I figured some troublemaker misunderstood and stole the box out of my office. Fortunately, I was wrong. I can't tell you how good that cigar box looks to me. Now, if I can just get Doris to tell me why she let me go.
Oh, I can tell you that.
You can?
Yeah, I think she fired you for a couple of reasons. Like those secret meetings that you had with the competition last year, like that patent that you sold to a friend very cheaply.
What are you talking about? Those are lies.
Really? Well, Mr. Quincy wrote them all down in a report to Mr. Buckner.
Well, then Quincy made them up
Lieutenant.
himself. They're simply not
Lieutenant,
true.
You promised Aunt Dory never to say anything about that. What are you trying to do, cause more trouble?
Well, it doesn't make any difference now. I mean, everything's changed now, isn't it? Because of this. You know, and then there was that thing with Miss Bishop.
Lieutenant, now that is private information.
Wait a minute. What thing with Miss Bishop?
No, I am warning you.
Well, you see, Miss Bishop and Mr. Buckner, you know, for the past year or so, they've been...
That is enough!
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt anybody.
I just don't know why we can't sit here. Sit here and just sit here quietly while we ride to the top of the mountain.
You know something, Roger? The truth is hard to find. Sometimes. Well, sometimes it's right in front of you and you can't prove it.
What?
Do you know, I had a whole theory worked out how you could have fixed this box here. But I mean a high IQ thing. So that the explosive might not be discovered. You might get burned up with the gasoline. Oh, yes. I had a theory worked out how you could have done all sorts of things. Now, turns out to be just an ordinary cigar box.
Yeah. Well, listen, now that, don't you think you should take it to a laboratory and have it examined? I mean, now you've got all these fancy theories.
What on earth for? The theories are all wrong. And that would only prove it. No, that would make me look foolish. Mr. Logan, would you care for a cigar?
No, thank you.
No? And, you know, and the funny thing is this, Roger. This whole thing could have been a plan of yours.
Huh?
Like those reports of Mr. Quincy's. You could have forged those on his typewriter. And the photograph between Miss Bishop and your uncle. Any good photographer could trick that up. You know, you just do some double printing.
Oh, yeah.
And replace one figure with somebody else's. And even Mr. Quincy's new bank account. That could have been opened by anybody. Even you. Yes, and Mr. Logan's cigar's being stolen. Well, see, now there you go. You're looking at your watch.
Would you please keep quiet?
Why? It's only a dumb theory of mine. I mean, it only goes to prove how wrong I can be. You see what I figured? I figured there was two people between you and the presidency. Mr. Logan here and your uncle. And now there's just you. Of course, you had to fire Miss Bishop. I mean, an executive secretary, she probably knows too much.
Everett, are you just going to sit here and let him just mumble on?
Why not, Roger? It's all very interesting.
You are more of a fool than he is.
The trouble is, even if I was right...
Will you just shut up?
Roger, what's bothering you? What's the matter?
Shut up! Oh, my... We have got to get rid of that box.
Why? What for?
Shut up! Give me that box. Give me that box! Give me that...
did you get that box of cigars, Lieutenant?
From your secretary.
My secretary?
Yeah, she had 3 boxes. I hope you didn't mind.
No. I don't suppose I do in this case, do I, Lieutenant? Oh, aren't those supposed to be evidence, Lieutenant Plymouth?
Yeah, I guess they are. It's a shame. Yeah, I guess they are. It's a shame, though.
You.